it's just a tragic accident. Like tragic accidents just happen all the time in Carroll County. I'm just saying. It's a very, very unlucky place to live. They dropped the charges because it was accidental. You don't accidentally run over somebody and back up and try to do it again. Shh. Let's start from the beginning as investigative reporters, right? So you would ask the questions who, what, where, when, and why. Should be easy, right? Of course it is. Yes, I know, you're innocent until proven guilty, but what good does that do you if you are not alive? Well, hello, my silky friends. I know you're probably confused because I've had like so many notifications today up there. Y'all. Uh, okay. I hope you let me know if you can't hear me. And the reason why is look, geez almighty. I decided I was going to I don't know what I'm doing now. I decided I was going to try to go with OBS because StreamYard has been giving me such a pain. And I've got a good camera, but you can't see it because, yeah, don't even get me started. So I changed everything to OBS and then I couldn't get sound. And so now I had to, so I ended up starting 2 streams. The other one should be private. And I can't see, a whole lot what I look like. So, yeah. And on top of that, this weekend, you notice my background is different. That is because I bought a desk. Yay! And so I have a little workstation over here in this part of my house. And so I had to do something for the background. And, y'all, this will be changing. Y'all know. But right now it's spooky season, and right back here, this little workbook is what I won when Justice Served Daily had her anniversary birthday party. It's so cool, y'all. It's so cool. It came from Amazon, and I just thought it looks like something that, it should be up here, right? All right, let me say hello to everybody because, look, I have so much to talk about. Actually, you have so much to talk about. And then after this, I'm going to take a short break, probably make another cup of coffee or tea, and then I'm going to do a members only. And yeah, there's a part of the video I want y'all to watch, and I want to know what your thoughts are. And we're like, look, in our members only later, we're just going to throw all caution to the wind. Y'all know we have a lot of fun, and if we get off topic, hey, that is okay. But we're gonna throw out every theory we can think of, okay? Including Sasquatch. All right. All right. Is this the second time? No. This is this is just like because you know what? I couldn't delete because I couldn't make them different enough. I couldn't tell which one was streamed from OBS and which one was StreamYard. Yeah. I think I'm going to stop with the OBS. Hello, Polygraph. Hello, CJK. Hello, GC. I'm trying to find. There we go. And hello, Danielle. Look, I'm just saying, I got a lot to say in private. So y'all just better know I'm fixing to unload on. I'm fixing to unload on y'all later. Hello, Jess Deb. Let's see. I know people are confused. Sorry. I hope everybody finds this. If they don't, they'll find it. They'll find it on the replay. Yeah. Sorry, Kelly. I know. It's ridiculousness, and it was not. I couldn't delete the other link. So there you go. Michelle, good to see you. Well, let me show this. Michelle, good to see you. Teresa. Cindy. Oh, yeah, finally catching them live. Good, because I want to hear from y'all. Unmatched, good to see you. And, all right. All right, I'm going to just tell y'all. You left there's so many things that people have said to me or written it in comments. Most of these are on mine. I think I don't know if I even included it in this playlist because I found a very interesting comment on somebody else's video. Y'all know, what have I always told you? Go read comments on your favorite creators. Go read the comment section. You will learn a lot. I learn a lot from y'all. Let's see. So we've got a lot of stuff to look at tonight. And I hope that you all have a lot of input because, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to tell you, I am still devastated. Do I need to move this down a little bit? I hope I can do that without dropping my camera. Everything is like on the other side of the screen. It's like chaos. Yeah, I'm still kind of reeling. How about y'all? Are y'all, have y'all kind of come to terms with the hearings and stuff? Because I really haven't, mainly because of all of the comments that I've seen and everybody's opinions, and some of them are very valid, okay? So we're going to read them all. Not all. There's too many to read all. But we've got quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get to y'all's comments. All right. Now remember, come on now. Don't be like this. Did I tell y'all how much I love StreamYard? Did I tell y'all that yet? If I haven't. All right. Okay. You see, and you just keep going. There's no control over this. All right. I am going to pull this down where I can see it all. Libby was in the magician position, also known as the as above, so below position. And there went my microphone. Yay! What I find interesting is that both the Odin position, the Hanged Man card, and the Magician are reversed. Abby is the upside down Hanged Man, and Libby is the reversed Magician. While the tarot is not forbidden by the Norse religions, it is not necessarily sorry, you know how this is. Part of their practices. This was someone who has some knowledge of magic and a beginner's knowledge of some heathenry, but not actually proficient in either. Okay, there's a lot. There's a lot of stuff. And remember, it's not just a matter of us saying, okay, well, this was staged. This is part of the staging. Because remember, when we're studying the criminology, you have to decipher the staging in order to decipher the perpetrator. If it is staged, I think most people feel like it is. But then again, what was that Brian Koberger's lawyer said? What you see is all there is. So, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, and we'll get into, I've learned a lot about this, about Odinism, and then some other things. Like there are other branches and other people who use some of these symbols, and we will talk about that. Let me see what y'all are saying. Hello, Mother of Dragons. Don't want to miss anybody. Yeah. So, what do y'all? I think I've asked you before. What do you think? I guess it just depends on what audience I have up here, who's in the live, as to what your opinions are. All right. But I did find it interesting that I was watching something today about the Hanged Man also, and how it can mean a lot of things. And I probably will do maybe I'll just do a video on it and not a live, but there are some things that suggest rebirth. Of course, we know fortune, all kind of stuff. And the thing is, we have to take things into consideration. Even if it's staged, what were the staged people trying to make it look like? Because if it means a certain thing, like some people have said that it is, because of knowledge that Libby had, and basically trying to, shut her up. So they're saying the runes or this or the positions can mean this and that. Well, you have to look at it. What did it mean? Do we know even 100% what they were trying to say? And if we did, then what we also need to know is who would want it to look like that. Again, getting back to the source. It's very difficult. And we are going to get to the hearings. These were some of the things I just Jinxie. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think. The arrangements of the sticks have varied depending on who speaks about it. Yeah, and I know a lot of people had a problem with I'm not even going to say names. There was a certain creator that kind of did a little drawing of that was, in my opinion, not realistic, but a lot of people got offended at that. I didn't, but that's me. Court TV has the drawings and their little rendition, and yeah, it could mean a lot of things. And it depends on. That's the thing. It depends on the branch. Are we talking about true Odinism, or are we talking about some of these other branches that use runes and it has a slightly different meaning? That is, a problem. Hello, Lambert. Good to see you. All right. Because let me just say this too real quick, because remember, they're saying that even the Harvard professor, they said, yes, it does have marks of the Norse pagan religion, but it looks like somebody who could have been a fanboy. So are we talking about somebody who's dabbling, somebody who doesn't really know the details? Maybe they're learning, or is it another branch that, it's not that they're wrong or a fanboy. Maybe it just means something because it's not Odinism strictly. Hello, Hiawatha. Good to see you. Yeah, I started this one early so we could do members only, just so for y'all are late that are coming in, we will have that later. All right. Someone gave me little side notes on that it was Pence that put a law when he was governor. I guess he allowed them, talking about the patches, to wear religious patches. Then they tried to hang him. They will bite the hand that feeds. And they don't, I don't know. I lost that one. What do y'all think about that? I didn't know. So they're saying that it was during when Pence was governor, which was, some years ago now, that he's the one that allowed them to wear the Odinist patches. I don't get it. And here's the thing, y'all. Here's the reason. It doesn't matter. And I would say this even about my own religion, There is a place for such things. All right. And here's my take. Again, I said this the other day. It doesn't matter if it's an odorless patch or not. If it looks like one, or it could be mistaken for one, and you are even a perceived threat, okay, of somebody who is doing that, then you would still take it as a threat. And I personally don't believe that, in the correctional system, because there are so many different groups, okay? And I'm in a small jail comparatively to a prison, okay? I'm in the county jail, and yes, we have, several hundred than we're supposed to, be able to take care of well, as every jail is overcrowded. But in a prison, you're talking about a lot more of the violent offenders, and you're talking about a heavy gang presence. We all know this, and I would think, as someone in charge, that nothing should be worn except standard uniform, which that's really all they're supposed to wear. And I would think it's for the safety of the guards as well, because, you don't want to walk up in a block and you've got an odorless patch and somebody else is over here and, completely opposing odonism. It's not smart. So I don't get why. Okay. Well, hello, Georgia Jakes. I haven't seen you before. Could be they did Flora and someone was going to tell, and girls were either connected to the snitch or just a message to LE to look elsewhere. Here's the thing. So many times we've seen ties back and forth to Flora, and there's nothing that we know of, or let's just say concrete, that we can definitely connect it to Flora. Are a lot of the same players? Yeah, it's a small county, so that could be coincidental, or it could be that they are connected. Someone made a comment on a couple of videos ago. They said something about, if you solve Flora, you'll solve Delphi. I thought that was very interesting. Hello, Miss Persevere. How are you? Just Deb said, I would like to see the 85-page note that was wrote. Yeah, there's a lot I'd like to see. Hiawatha says, I think someone staged it to look like it was ritualistic. Now, I will say this. Yes, that's the way it appears, and that's what law enforcement has always told us, that it was staged, and so we have to assume it is staged. At the same time, could there have been, I don't know. I don't think it was, I have a hard time myself just believing the girls were out there and, came upon some people that were practitioners of the occult or some kind of other alternate religion, and they just decided to, I don't think that it happened that way. So if there is a true Odinist involvement, I think there is a lot more to that story. Now, that's just my opinion. I will say this, Hiawatha. She says, Pence is very Christian, and so I highly doubt that he would allow that. Let me tread carefully here, okay? I used to believe that, okay? I really used to believe that. It's what we were always told. Do some digging into Mike Pence. That's all I can tell you. And you'll get very angry. You'll get very, very angry. I did. I am not a Pence fan. And I'm just going to say, do your own research on that. It is horrific. Okay. And here's the thing. I argue with my mom all the time. She thinks he walks on water. I'm like, Mom, he's this, he's that. No, he's a Christian. You know what? I'm a Christian. Do you know how many Christians I know that put on that fake mask and do horrendous things behind the scenes? A lot. A lot. That's just my opinion. Not trying to offend anybody. Have I ever been in the room when Mike Pence was doing something nefarious? No. But it's not hard to find. And, again, that's my opinion. Please don't get offended. But I know that people tend to hide behind Christianity. I think more so than any other religion there is. If you're a good Christian, you're golden, right? If you can convince people that you're a good Christian, you can get away with murder. That is the dadgum truth. And I've seen it over and over and over. Now, I'm here in the Bible Belt. They ain't all good Christians. I'm just saying. Sorry. I hope you're not offended, Hiawatha. I'm just saying, go look. More of a straight white nationalist than straight Odin. Georgia says, in my opinion, Patrick Westphal definitely doesn't like all of God's children. Yeah, yeah, Cindy, if you want to help some people out, if you have any links, you want to share or something, let them know, because I certainly, I'm certainly not trying to offend people, but it is the truth. Jinx said, my husband just said if he was the devil, he'd be the Pope. Yeah, look, I want to, exactly. How better? How better to do that than to be in the guise of Christianity, okay? I'm always wary of self-promotion as a Christian, and I am a Christian. This is Georgia, in the Bible Belt. Nashville, Tennessee. Go Nashville. All right, let's go to the next one. I hope I didn't lose you, Hiawatha. I will say this. It was quite unnerving for me. I accidentally came across Pence information, all right? I wasn't looking for it. I came across it, and I found it pretty devastating. So, Jinxie, Hiawatha says, Jinxie, I thought the Pope was the devil. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna offend Catholics. A lot of my family are Catholics, so I ain't touching that one. Okay, Cindy, if y'all want to look, y'all probably, yeah, YouTube is going to hate this video. I can just tell you right now. Information can be found all over BitChute. Yes, it can. There's probably a lot of places. You can even find a lot of it on YouTube, as a matter of fact. Oh, thank you, Hiawatha. I'm glad I'm not losing you. All right, let's go on. Let's see. Now, I wasn't really... Okay, somebody explain this to me. Think the German Methodist Church and horn-blowing pastor and the Triangle neighborhood he lives in, that was where Richard Allen lived. It's the Mason connection. Several clubs all overlapping for the same goal, to enrich themselves in a wealthy community. Money, multiple millions of dollars in grants. The song Heathens. Here's the thing. I do know there was a lot of grant money. There was a lot of grant money. A lot of money has been made. There's no point in arguing that, because it definitely has. And Delphi has had quite a transformation from the profit of, let's just say, people who are visiting, interested, all that kind of stuff, as well as their grants. I'm not sure. I know I have heard this so many times about the Triangle neighborhood. Somebody, could y'all explain that to me? I know what people are saying when they're saying it, but I don't know what you're saying, because I've even looked at them on a map, and I'm like, okay, what are they saying? Spell it out for me. I'm dumb. Ah, oh, thank you, Jinx. Memberships. Yeah. y'all just y'all just get ready. All right. Does anyone ever wonder why in such a wealthy community there's neither a library or movie theater for the kiddos yet, but they have an opera house? Hmm. Uh, you know what? Of course, I didn't know you didn't have a movie theater. I'd never heard anyone mention it. Opera house is very interesting. Okay. A lot of things can happen in an opera house. Although I did watch a video just yesterday about how they restored it and, all the improvements. It's a very nice place. But anyway, you're right. It is. It is kind of strange. We're going to we're getting there, y'all. I was just pulling some other things before we get into the court hearings. All right, I can't see this. Okay, this is on one of my videos at 3450. Why? I think this is the last one. Why? Because if it was an Odinist, I would think to get some kind of higher knowledge or power, so to speak, maybe even to conjure something. I don't know much about that specific break-off of paganism. However, look at it like you're willing to even sacrifice your own people, so to speak. By the way, those positions of the bodies to me look like two specific cards. Yeah, we're talking about Magician and Hangman. I recommend looking into the basic definitions behind the cards. You might find out what was being conjured out of the sacrifice or what was being sought after. Only trying to help. Yeah, we don't know the full story. I don't know what they were trying to say, if they were trying to make a specific, I don't know, because I have looked at many different things about the different tarots, the runes, what they mean. But again, here's the thing. It depends on the practitioner and what branch, and if they're let's say, we'll just call it like a freelancer, if they are not some people are not even in witchcraft, they're not in a coven, so to speak. They just kind of do their own thing. They have their certain beliefs. They do their certain incantation spells. They have, they may grab a little bit from here and there, whatever they feel like works for them. So you can't say that it's just Odinist. I will say this. It has very clear Odin earmarks, but not completely Odinism, or not just they're the only people that do it. What's the word? I can't think, y'all. But anyway, so there you go. It's true. Mario says about the movie theaters, they're going out of business. People just stream at home. That's true. What? They don't have a library? What the crap? Now that is terrible. Angie Pangie says, Sister, I'm in the Bible Belt too, and the worst people I know proclaim to be Christian. Thank you. Me too. I wish there was a different word. I don't like the word and what it brings to mind. More Christians have turned people away. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, they have. Yeah. I could do a whole series on why I feel that way. And from what I know, it's terrible, Okay, yeah, you're right. Unmasked Truth. The left-hand path of heathenry is a whole different animal. Yes. Oh, hello. Four Pits, how you doing? Okay, so they do have a library? Do they have one? All right. The drive-in and theater are in Monticello. I don't know how y'all say it. Uh, Foxglove says Flora has a library where the girls there would often go. Okay. Well, that's not too far. Not walking distance. All right. Between the affidavit Hennessy filed yesterday, okay, now we're back on this, and the judge's reaction today, it appears the judge and defense both expected some sanctions would be handed out and they would continue with the rest of the hearing. See, that's what I thought too. Something happened late last night or this morning that caused the defense to just walk away. Judge Gold did not seem to be prepared for whatever transpired. Okay, and as we're reading these, you're going to see so many opinions of what they thought Judge Gold looked like. And I guess it's, we don't know what's going through her head. So I guess it's just a matter of perspective, or interpretation. I thought that she looked upset about it, like unnerved maybe. I think that... but some people took it, and you'll see, some people took it a completely different way. I think that she was kind of out of sorts. To me, she didn't look, excited. Ha, I got my way. It didn't look like that to me. But then again, what do I know? But based on... And I didn't even go over that document. I was going to go over the one that Hennessy filed. And I mean, it was over before I could even... It's like the document's there, boom, 2 hours later, here we go. Or it seemed like that. I was at work that day. So, I thought from the paperwork that the defense was trying to stay on the case. And they were, yes, maybe expecting, tongue lashing, sanctions, something. But then all of a sudden they walked out, which I found very odd. Had the document not come out and we hadn't read that, because I did have time to read it that day, and I thought, okay, this means the defense thinks, we in trouble. And then all of a sudden they walked away. So that is, I think, what really shocked me. Okay. It makes me wonder if something else did transpire, and y'all have a lot of opinions on that. Okay. Oh, hello, Steph. Hey, Steph, get with me on Discord. Let's do a spooky video together. If we can't do it before Halloween, then we can do it after. By the way, y'all, at some point we're talking about doing nursing ghost stories and paranormal stuff, because Steph is a nurse, I'm a nurse. It's like you've seen some crazy stuff if you're in medical. What? I don't even know what to say about that, Steve. But okay, Steffa says, I was in the courtroom. The defense came to fight that day. See, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, exactly. I didn't have any idea, especially from the document, that they were even planning to. So what the heck happened? Steve, you are so funny. I heard Dan Doolin got a new seeing eye dog. Okay. Let's see. I don't know if there's any more to this one or not. Let me keep going. Okay, no. But yeah, do y'all have any thoughts about any info? What might have happened? All right. I really feel like whoever was in their office was a setup on purpose, waiting for the opportunity to do something like this to destroy and undermine the case. What's scary is, could they have access to alter records? Here's the thing. I know. As soon as we say it was a setup, okay? As soon as we say somebody was put in that office or paid or whatever to release these, these crime scene photos and, something else, then we're all going to get called conspiracy theorists. And I understand why, okay, because it does seem far-fetched. But then think about this, okay? It's Carroll County. It is Carroll County. And even if we take away the history of what has gone on there, you have affidavits of people lying. So if you're going to lie on a legal document, a legal court document, to what extent? You have to ask, okay? Does it seem crazy? Yeah, it sure does. But we already have law enforcement lying in an affidavit. So as we understand it, okay? So if you're going to lie, and even, they showed that Nick McClelland said he didn't know. They were trying to find the Purdue professor, but, he wasn't sure. They're still looking for it, but they may not be able to find it. Then they put out the memorandum, boom, next day. Oh, there he is, ta-da! Come on. That is as crazy as the election, okay? I'm just saying. In a normal case, across the board, any state, including Indiana, if something like this had happened, or somebody had suggested someone was a mole, or somebody was in that office just to try to undermine the defense, I'd say, you're stretching. You're really reaching. That's probably not going to happen. That's conspiracy. But in this case, because of the other things that have happened, I don't know, but I have to question. I certainly do. What could this actually have happened? It is such a hot mess, y'all. I ain't never. I don't know if they could alter the records, because the records are coming from the prosecution, I guess. Most of them. That's where the discovery is. But look, I'm just telling you. I don't trust anything in this case. Nothing. I don't, some days I don't know. Is that guy's name really Richard Allen? Because I don't know. Everything else is all crazy and upside down. Who is he? Let me catch up with your comments. Boy, y'all just chattering away. Okay, Steffa, are you a member? I can't. You said you would love to share the experience. I would love for you to. The problem is, and normally I could just put you on panel, but when I did that last time, I got really bad trolls. So I have to give you a separate link, or we can do it a different time, or you can, if you're in members, you can do it there, and I can always upload it to regular if you want to share it. Let's see. CJK says, Westerman is an informant for the defense. He was feeding things in and off of Baldwin's office. Yeah, I've seen a very interesting video about him. I'm going to share it to members later. Because there are some real questions. All right. Asked, and I think this is going to come up on one of these other things too. This is my thing. I agree with you. The defense wouldn't benefit from the leaks. Plus, the memorandum was very descriptive of the crime scene, so it was unnecessary. Yeah, that's the thing. When I look at it, I honestly do not see a reason to leak the crime scene photos from the defense. I see maybe reasons for other things, but they pretty much put everything they wanted to say in the memorandum. So at this point, leaking the crime scene photos just doesn't make sense, even for the defense, who, they've been out here wilding. But I could not see why they would think that's a good idea. They're not stupid. it doesn't make sense to me. It really did nothing, okay? Because except to get them kicked out. And they would have to know they'd have sanctions or something for releasing evidence. So I don't see them doing that on purpose, unless somebody has a reason. I'll have another reason, please. Throw it out here. All right. Someone else says it was 100% a setup. They probably got to his friend and threatened him. If unaliving was the reality, that could be why. Because I can't imagine being that way if you are releasing images for a good reason. And what would the motivation be so I can see the motivation? If you're threatened, let me see if there's more to this. Okay, there was it. All right, yeah, so that's the thing. The motivation for the receiving and distributing, why would you? If you're working with or you're sympathetic to the defense, then sorry about that, y'all. Then I can't see why you would want to do something like that. It makes no sense to me, y'all. Really, it doesn't. Let me see. Y'all would have been impressed. I had my mic set with such good quality on OBS. It sounds like crap on StreamYard. Sorry, can't change it. Right, Steffa said, there is no defense that wants crime scene photos, even in court. The prosecution wins with their crime scene photos. I don't understand why. I mean, you kind of, if you're on the jury, you're kind of forced to look at them in court, but I don't see why it benefits that. I'm missing something. Help me out, Steffa. The judge, Steve says the judge has a duty to keep the lawyers on board. Yeah. So what the heck? Lambert says the bad actors are showing we are in control and this is going down as we plays. Please, what are you going to do about it? That does worry me. Okay, this one is a long one. Let's be clear. There was nothing unethical about Baldwin and Riley vigorously defended their client in the Franks memorandum. Yes, it was theatrical, but it was not unethical. From what I'm hearing is that the judge herself suggested they used a Franks motion to introduce their particular issues to the court. The attorneys filed their documents with the clerk, and he or she, the overseer with slippery mouse clicks, I don't know. Yeah. Fact is, we cannot blame the attorneys without more information. And let me ask a question, please. How is it not tainting the jury pool when a whole year ago the state prosecutor had a press conference and publicly released the court documents against Richard Allen without any pushback from the other side for almost a year? In my opinion, it is not okay, not fair, and is highly tainting the jury pool. And for sure, shouldn't be seen as unethical, in my opinion. It's ludicrous how emotional people get about this topic unless it's them or one of their own in the defendant's chair. Nothing is more tainted than the state only having their own side known. Well, I agree with that, because you're right in that we knew nothing except for this past year, except that the prosecution said Richard Allen was guilty. Now, you figure they've got good reason. When he was arrested, I assumed that he was guilty because you think law enforcement is doing their job, right? We all hope they're doing their job. But as I kept progressing and looking for, profiles, looking for the reasons, his history, stuff like that, I didn't see anything. Then I began to question. And so, yes, this memorandum has been the only thing that we have seen come out that is, has anything to do about another potential, scenario, and that it wasn't Rick Allen. So, I mean, yeah. It, I don't know about tainting the jury pool. I assume they're going to try to find people who don't know a whole lot about this, but to be honest with you, it's going to be hard to find people who are not invested, or at least don't have some information. All right. Let's see. Okay, let me say this for just a second. The Frank's memorandum was released to the public because Murder Sheet petitioned the court for access to docs months ago, and it was retrieved exactly how MS got a hold of the Kevin Kline transcripts. Yeah, I've got some questions. Let me just put it that way. I got some questions. Here's the thing, though, about the leaked photos. They've actually had those leaked photos. Like, they didn't just get them last week or the week before, whenever that was. They've had them for months. Why did they get leaked now? I think that is more of a question. If they've had them for months, why didn't they decide to release them? Why didn't they release them before the memorandum if they were going to release them? I don't know. Because the leaker, I'm saying the leaker did this. The leaker, not, anyway, that comes from a lot of different sources. So, yeah, the timing to me is very, very sus. Okay. And I'm going to leave the rest of my opinions on that for my members only. You're right, Four Pits. They never dreamed the public would learn so much. No, they sure didn't. Okay, let's go on to the next one, because I promise y'all there's a lot of them. Now, see, I didn't see this. Tell me if this is how you took it. I've never seen a judge snicker with glee, sit down to her bench, and verbally notify the world of what occurred. This judge has conducted herself with zero ethics. Now it's beyond abuse of power. Okay, so honestly, I didn't take. Now, I probably need to go back and watch it. I did not see her snicker. Okay, I didn't. But, maybe I missed part of it. I've seen it. I wasn't watching it live because I was at work trying to find the link. And I ended up watching it from Court TV. And I didn't see that. Any part where she snickered. I thought, in my opinion, that she looked upset from the way I saw it. Hello. Oh, Steffa. Good. Hello. Good to have you as a new member. All right. And y'all, just so you know, members who sometimes we get hijacked, I do have it set for members only. So no, it's not going to go out tonight. Okay. All right. So, but, here's an opinion, and, that is the way. See how different we can look at the same thing? We all did the same news report. I did not take it. I thought that she was more upset about it, and this person thought that she was happy and snickering. So, I mean, again, this is how different people's perceptions can be. All right, let's go on. The fact that somebody, and let me just say this, the reason I don't have names on here is I don't want y'all lovely people to get harassed or, for people to be nasty because you've got an opinion. All right. Otherwise, for a long time, I always would let y'all, I would always, give you credit. In the atmosphere that is Delphi right now, I want to protect you all. Okay. And I want to protect your opinions, whether we agree or not. The fact that somebody got into his office and infiltrated and betrayed the entire case and Richard, that is some devious stuff. And that is seriously deeper than anything they got into the defense's office. It's no different than them trying to eavesdrop on his attorney-client privilege conversation. That is true. Like I said, those images were taken off of the computer. Yes. Not computer screen, not emailed, so there would be no trace, my guess. This is infuriating on a whole other level. And then you have a deceased person as well. Yes. The whole thing is beyond tragic, because here we go. I have heard, let me just say, I do not have the pictures. Okay. I do not have them. I have not seen them. I could have, but I don't. As of this moment, I do not. I don't think that it would make much of a difference in my opinion. All right. But here's the thing. Everybody I have talked to who says they have them or they have seen them said it is not, it is a picture of a computer screen. So somebody literally in an office space of some kind. I don't know if they can determine from the metadata that it came from Baldwin's office or not. I'm assuming they can, but it is literally a picture of a computer screen of a crime scene photo. So that being said, yeah, it didn't come directly like, a little snafu on the email. Somebody did take that picture with most likely their phone. And yeah, all this tragedy that has gone with it is crazy. Okay, Angie Pangie says Baldwin looked so sad and defeated. Rossi looked angry. I would love to know. I don't know. How long do you think it's going to be before we find out the details of this? I mean, it's hard to say. It could come out tomorrow. And then it's Delphi. It could be 25 years. We still don't know. But it's interesting. I felt like it was more of a letdown, I don't think, again, I said it earlier, I don't think they were at the point that Hennessy dropped that document that they were planning to leave the case. They were just, trying to explain why they should stay. And I don't think that they ever thought they would be kicked off the case or resign. Wink, wink. We're resigning. Whatever. I don't think they ever would have done that. Or they were planning to. Hence the document. I mean, it's ridiculous now. Yeah, Steffa, if you when we get done with this, and I don't even know what time it is. Where's my phone? When we get done with this and we do members only, yes, I definitely want you to come in there and see. I can put up a link in members only, and I won't get trolls unless they're a member. Like, why would you join and then troll? I don't know. Okay. Freeze dry. I haven't seen you before. Love that name. Talking about the judge. I didn't notice that, but thought she seemed to smirk a little when she mentions RA is now without counsel. Oh, now I can see that. I do remember her saying that, and I have to go back and look because, yeah, if there was any time that I saw something like that, it would have been around there because I think I had that. I didn't really have that thought. I was just like, you know how you have one whole mood and then it's like, huh, huh? There was like a little something in the back of my head. Uh Cindy says you don't trust Judge Gull any more than I do Nick McClellan. Yeah, I don't trust anybody. I'm just telling you. Sometimes I even wonder uh, if I trust myself on this because I go back and forth on some issues. All right. Let's see. All right, let's go to the next one. Between the affidavit Hennessy filed yesterday and the judge's reaction today, it appears the judge and defense both expected some sanctions would be handed out and they would continue with the rest of the hearing. Yes, that is exactly what I thought. Something happened late last night or this morning that caused the defense to just walk away. Judge Gull did not seem prepared for whatever transpired. See, that's the way I took it. That is exactly 100% the way I took it. Now, y'all have made me think. I want to go and pull that up. Yeah, do you all ever do this? Sometimes if you watch a video, and I think that was only like, 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes of court time, and she was done. We out of here, buddy. I would like to pull that video up and watch it slowly without the sound. Do y'all ever do that? Because I'm just telling you, body language says a lot. And I'm not saying that, everybody has the exact same, but look, when someone is talking, part of you, your ears are trying to receive. Okay, your ears are receiving, your eyes are looking at them, you're getting a lot of information at one time. And you want to believe what your ears hear depending on the source, okay? If it's your crazy ex talking, you're automatically, your ears are hearing, meh, 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 wah, 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 or nut job, whatever. You're tuned into a different frequency. But if it's somebody that you are trying to believe or you have no reason to doubt, your ears are hearing one thing and it's sending the signals to your brain. You're trying, like you're most likely going to believe it unless, you're one of those people that you have a gut feeling. You hear what somebody's saying and your gut is saying, no, they're lying. But if you take off the volume and you are just looking at somebody's expression and you're trying to guess what they're saying, or you try to determine the mood, just try it sometime. And you'll look at people and you'll go like, I don't know what he just said, but I think that was a big old fat one right there. There's something deceptive about this, look. The way they look away, all the things. Y'all know. So I'd like to really watch that and see, because y'all make some good points. And I think I watched it 2 or 3 times, but I was listening. I wasn't looking. Hello, Laura. Just listening today, won't be able to see the chat. Okay. Good to have you. Glad you're listening. She's probably cleaning. Man, I wish I had the desire to clean that much. I really do. Okay, Silky, what did you think of Judge Gull's beautiful Masonic courtroom? Did you notice all the detail? You can see it better in the thumbnail for Ruckus's video on this hearing. The tiled floor, the sets of 3, the pillars, the workmanship, the gorgeous green marble. What would you do to keep all that majesty? Yeah, I did notice, and I went back. I did go back to Ruckus's video to see that thumbnail because I didn't see it from that. But that's one of the things that I noticed while she was talking in that 3 or 4 minutes, I was looking around at the walls and I was like, man, this is some kind of nice courtroom. I mean, we have one or two courtrooms that I think are very nice. They're, the old, I call it old fashioned, the traditional. They're nice in a courtroom kind of way, really high ceilings, the wood, the beauty, whatever. Pretty. But that was opulent. Okay. And when I saw it from that thumbnail, it was like, if that is the entrance to the court, I'm just saying. It looked mighty sus. One of y'all lovely people sent me some pictures. I'm not going to say who it was or where it was, because I'm trying to keep everybody anonymous, but somebody sent me some Masonic pictures of a place this past week, and some of the sets, the settings, the things, the articles that they use. You talk about opulent. I was like, man, oh days. Yeah. It does make you wonder though, doesn't it? Let's see. Steve says you should see the federal courthouse in Indianapolis. I might do that. I might Google that and look. Yeah, old world. Okay, Lambert says, remember, all of this is staging, and it is being done to control the direction we or any other investigators check into. This one is done to hide the people with the real motive. Everything. You know what? Here's the thing. Everything's so hidden, nobody knows what's going on. Clearly, the prosecution doesn't know what's going on. They're lying. Either they're lying or they really just don't know what's going on. That Purdue professor stuff was beyond ridiculous. But that was, they investigated that 6 years ago. So, I don't know. My memory isn't great after sometimes a few minutes. So I don't know, but yeah, there's just so many questions here. All right. I just have a really bad feeling that what was at Holman that went around and collected all these supposed leaked images. Do you think he put the correct images in the files, or do we think that maybe if you went and collected whatever, but he had seen that they're planning on showing something else? Sometimes it's hard for me to follow, but I understand the gist. Now you have made sure that nobody has the other ones floating around to compare them to. There's a thought. There is a problem that a certain someone did not want something or murder sheet in there. Why is it? Because they would have known if anything had been shown, there was a difference. There's a picture of trees in the dark, and the pictures were taken from a computer, so that does not, I'll understand the gist, mean that they were sent as a file, but that someone was getting them probably covertly off a computer. Either that, or they didn't want the embedded information in the original. Yes. That's another reason that you would take a picture of a picture, because you don't want the metadata of that picture. So basically they're saying, are they leaking that and changing the pictures some? Because who is going to have it? Okay, I think this is what you meant. This is what you're saying. If I'm reading this right, you're saying maybe they leaked the picture or pictures, however many there were, to spread that out there, because the actual pictures are different. Like, these are different pictures than the actual pictures, but if the leaked pictures, they're saying, from the source of the murder sheet, whatever, If these are the official pictures, then there's nothing else to compare them to because the prosecution has the original. I see what you're saying. It's Delphi. It's Carroll County. What the crap? I don't know. Like I said, I haven't counted off Sasquatch yet. Hello, Frederica. Let's see. David Rogers. Silky methinks the defection of Ari's attorneys was a carefully laid out plan to fade the principal players out of position, and then wham, what else could it be? I'd like to hear an elaboration of that. Very interesting. Mother Dragon said, I work in a historical courthouse and I have never seen anything like that courthouse. Yeah, me too. And I want to say it's because I'm here and I want to say it's, here in Alabama, and I'm not sure how maybe, down at the Capitol, Montgomery and stuff might be the courthouse, but been to, a decent amount of courthouses. I ain't never seen anything like that in my life either. But, that's here. I'm mostly in Alabama. What's my tattoo? Oh, my tattoo is a crown. Not a gang symbol. I know some people have asked. Okay, Steve says the pictures were photographed with a cell phone from 8x10 prints. Okay, I keep hearing from a computer. Again, I have not seen the pictures. So there you go. All right. Call the Indiana State Police. Apparently, the ISP apparently were investigating the leak. So my guess would be that they possibly stirred up enough stuff to get him to quit or scared him enough to get him to quit. I don't really know. Okay. I don't know. What kind of stuff, do you think? We'll talk about this members only in our wild theories, and we'll listen to Steffa too. Like, we'll be wilding tonight. What about that? We'll be the ones that are wilding. Okay. Let me try to get through all of these. With Holman assigned to investigate, never ever should have happened. I can see the defense walking based on that. It's blatantly improper. Well, I see what you're saying. But in my opinion, that wouldn't have made him walk. It might have given him more grounds to pull apart the evidence, I guess. But would it have? I'm sorry, I just keep hitting my microphone. One of these days, I'm going to get a boom stand. Those leaks certainly turned his fortunes around quickly. I'm just going to leave that there. Okay, and who says they leaked it? Like I said, there's a huge problem with it being taken from a computer screen. If you're going to leak stuff, you're not going to take... I don't know what you're not going to take. I guess I missed that one. But now Steve says that they were from 8x10 prints. So that makes sense, because you couldn't take, if that's true, then you couldn't take the prints out of there, but you could take a picture if they're, so what'd they do? Take them out of the files and lay them on the desk and then just photograph them? But if you did that, well, there would be metadata on there anyway. The only way there wouldn't be metadata, maybe, from the original is to take and screenshot, either be metadata from that phone, but it wouldn't be the original. So I don't know. But that is different. I actually, makes me feel a little bit better because maybe they didn't have access to the computer. Bad enough what they had access to. Okay, one of those was that tree in the dark. How is that possible? Okay, I'm lost a little bit. I don't know if you ever saw them. Remember the crime scene pictures at night with the person in the bunny suit wearing shorts and no socks? That was another odd thing floating around. And wasn't it Fish that had the wasn't it Fish that had the pictures of the clothes? Yes, Gavin Fish is the one that had the pictures of the clothes on the bank. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about if I've ever seen the person in a bunny suit. I don't. Maybe I was out on that one. I missed that one. Hello, butterfly. So I don't know. I would imagine other crime scene photos went along with that, unless he got that from Erskine or somebody from the crime scene searchers. I don't know. Y'all remember it's been a few months ago that Gavin Fish did put those pictures out, and everybody had it was a big hullabaloo, a brouhaha. But whatever. It was a big old thing. I don't know where. Does anybody remember where he said? I don't think he gave his source. I just think he said somebody trusted gave him those, and there you go. So I don't know. I would think that I do agree. It probably did come from the searchers. That's my guess. Hello, CJ. I hope you're feeling better. Y'all, say a prayer for CJ. He has been so sick lately. Bless your heart. I hope you're doing better. Someone by the last name Patty worked for them. Now, I don't know. This was a random. This was a random. I don't know if she's talking about the courthouse. I don't know if she's talking about, or he. I can't remember who this was. I don't know if they're talking about the defense, the prosecution. I don't know who they're talking about. But I thought I'd throw that out there. Do y'all know? And if you're in this chat and you wrote that, let me know. Because I'm not sure who you're talking about. All right. Well, look, Unmasked. I didn't. I guess I forgot to do yours. You're in here though. Look at this, and let me just say, somebody else gave me a big link to this Thursatru. They could mingle Freemasonry with Thursatru, and Asatru would not recognize it. It would appear messy, disorganized, and chaotic because it is not Asatru, its own spin on the runes, and perhaps what you are finding. Okay. Someone sent me this week a link to this very long thing that I read about Thursatru. Thursatru is different from the Asatru that Odin's, they practice, because Thursatru is the Norse pagan version of Satanism. Okay, it's a satanic worship, Thursatru. And so they're saying that some people could, by the way, we'll get into this. I had someone tell me that Freemasons use runes. I had to see some links to that because I don't know. It's hard to find a lot of stuff on Freemasonry, but they're saying that, like I talked about earlier, some people take their religions and they make they grab one from here, they grab one from here. And did y'all know that even in witchcraft, a lot of witches will use scriptures in their spells and incantations, okay? From the King James, whatever Christian Bible. If y'all didn't know that, welcome to Daylight. And this is why when I was on a rant earlier, I said not all Christians are good people. In fact, there's a lot of hiding behind it. And yes, witches do often, not all, but they often use scriptures. So you don't know the person sitting next to you. Okay. Let me just throw this out here. Do you know how many churches I have sat in? Christian. Now, I'm not going to say Christian. They were Christian churches. Regular old churches where I am in there and I know that there are, I could point out to you the witches in the room. Okay. But they're a lot of times Sunday school teachers, leaders, whatever. They talk the talk. Right? Sorry to be on this rant again, but what I'm trying to convey to you is that people, you have to look deeper than what people just say. You have to look at, you got to know what they do behind closed doors too. And I'm just saying, when you're taking this, there are so many people that take pieces of a religion or a belief or something. And so this is what this is. And they're saying that you could take the Norse form of Satanism, which is Thursa. And I've got a link to that. If anybody wants it, it's like, it's detailed. But you take, a little bit of Thursa, a little bit of Freemasonry, take a little bit of, maybe Wiccan or paganism or whatever kind of other thing, a little Christianity, a little Bible mixed in there, because as a practitioner of something, you have the right to make your religion whatever you want it to be, and people borrow from different stuff. So there you go. And yes, if you're looking at it from, strictly Odinism, and you're seeing this, and it's like, well, it kind of looks like Odinism, but, this is wrong, and this is like way out there, it could look messy, disorganized, and chaotic. So thank you, Unmasked. Hello, Samantha. Good to see you. All right, let's keep going. Okay. This came from, I don't even know where this came from. Somebody, it was a message to me, but I can't remember where it came from. Wow, I'm in shock. I guess Brandon Woodhouse wasn't BSing us when he said something huge was coming out, that thumb drive was real, matches up to his raid and everything. This has Mason written over it. I mean, I don't know. Here's the thing. Yes, I mean, if y'all have watched any of Brandon's stuff, he did say something was coming out like, look, I know it's so controversial. I think some things are true. I think it's like with everything. There's some truth. There's some things, I don't know that let me just say this. I don't know that it's untrue, but I don't know that it's true either. So therefore, I cannot weigh in on it. But he did say that there was something coming. And, of course, he has his own ties to religion. So it's like, I don't know. What do y'all think? All right, we are almost through this. My goodness. Oh, I'm going to go back to what you're saying, Unmasked. Oh, whoops. Let me go all the way back to the end, because this is StreamYard. It likes to throw up on itself. Come on now. I thought there was one more. Maybe that's it. All right, let me go back to Unmasked. Talking about the witches in the church. They're assigned to sow discord. Yeah, in the churches. Yeah, they absolutely are. That is their purpose. And let me say, they do a great job of it, okay? Not that I'm trying to give kudos, but let me tell you what, I really didn't want this to be religious, but you know what? Here we are. Here's the thing. The reason that witches and warlocks and or whatever kind of brand of religion that infiltrates a church, did you know that covens are assigned to churches to take them down. Okay? Not every church, because some I don't care about. Some churches don't, they're powerless. They have nothing. They're not causing and making any waves. Like, people just go and they do their thing and they go home. They're not worried about those. They're worried about churches who are aware and who have power, godly power. Okay. So those churches get assigned. If you didn't know, here you go. Witchcraft 101. They get, covens will be assigned to take them down. And do you know how many churches I have seen that happen in? Even when some of us, not me by myself, but some of us have said, hey, to the pastor, like, look, I'm telling you, this is going on. And, the pastors want to put their head in the sand and say, oh, no, witches don't even exist. We don't have, these are whatever. And then the church closes. Seen it time after time after time. You know why? Because nobody believes that these things happen. Now, not every, random witch is trying to take a church down, but there are people that are assigned to it, and that is the truth. You don't have to believe me. It doesn't matter if you believe me or not. I'm just telling you the truth. Matt Unmasked says many churches are also run by Masons. True. And some, let me just say the disclaimer, some Masons are lower level and they do not know what is going on. They don't understand. I wish if I can find this video again. This was taken on the streets. I want to tell you it was New York, but I saw this video over and over. It's by one of the high ups in, I think it was Freemasonry. I don't know if it was, yeah. And he's basically saying, when you get to the top, when you get through all these levels, your next new truth that gets unveiled is that, we worship Lucifer. And Lucifer is, according to them, he's not a bad guy. Lucifer's not a bad guy. You just got him all wrong. Okay? Whatever. Go worship Lucifer if that is what you want. I will not be. Let's see. Not all understand what's at the top of the pyramid. Exactly. So this guy was like really just out there saying it. He's like, I don't care. And the guy's like, you're being filmed, right? He's like, I literally don't care. Yes, we worship Lucifer. Lucifer is not what the Bible says. He's not a bad guy. He's not Satan. Okay. There you go. But I'm going to stop on that right now. Let's see. Let me see what time it is. Because I'm supposed to do, I don't even know what time it is. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go live for members at 6. And we can talk. I'll let you say whatever you want to, because it is going to be just members only. So I know I probably got y'all have stopped talking. Y'all like, I don't know. I think she's crazy. Whatever. Like, I honestly, you don't have to believe what I tell you about, the churches and whatever, but it is what it is. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Delphi, and, nothing is impossible in Delphi. I don't know. What do y'all think? All right. Man, I shut everybody up. Stephen says, I know what you're saying is true. Yeah. So we'll talk about it later. I need to give my voice a rest. I need to have something. And yes, we are going to, once we get live stuff, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in the chat, I'll put up a link and you just click on that link, and then, you can set your camera, whether you're going from the computer or whatever. But it'll be on the live chat. I'll put a link up. And yes, I definitely want to hear your thoughts. anybody who was there, you want to share something, in live, I'm probably going to like maybe even put on my pajamas and sit here and just get really comfortable for members only. Okay. But there is a video. I hope we'll see. We'll see. It's like maybe 6 or 7 minutes from somebody else's video. And I did ask his permission to share it. And, I can share it publicly, but I'll probably start privately. I want your opinions because it really made me think, is this true? This is interesting if it is. All right. Oh, Sandy D, let's see. Greg, is it Ferenczi or Ferenczi? Ferenczi. I think it's Ferenczi. I don't know. I'm making stuff up. But I know who you're talking about. Was an FBI task force detective that worked in the Delphi case, and he was unalived, ambush style by Shane Meehan. Check it out. I think he knew something and was unalived. You know what? I truly believe that. When I read that story, I'm like, he had to know something. Like, I mean, I know that you could be involved in so many different cases, and as an FBI, task force person, you could have ticked off a lot of people. But, I'm just saying it definitely made me question and wonder if he did know something. All right. Okay. Samantha says about our members only, no money shots. Yeah, no money shots. Yeah, I had to be there. All right. I am about to leave y'all, lovely people, and take a quick break. Y'all, members, come back and let's talk. And I hope the rest of you enjoyed this. If you're seeing it on the replay, comment below. Y'all, everybody hit the like button too, please. And if you have, again, you've heard me read out everybody's theory. If you've got something to say, then say it in the comments. And if we need to talk about it, we will talk about it. That's what we do. We like to talk. All right. I will see you, some of you, in about an hour. And then I will see some of you. I'll see some of you. And the next time. I'm not sure. Oh, let me tell you this, y'all. I do have another case. Like, Delphi is probably going to go, we think. Who knows? It's been like, 4th of July recently. But it seems like it's going to go quiet for a little while, maybe until they, the new defense gets on board. So I do have another case. And here's the thing. It's not just a case to talk about. This is it's a smaller case. It has been, has been a lot of media attention, but I really need your help. This guy needs your help. And y'all are the best people I know for finding information and spreading the word. So what I am trying to do is have him tell his story and then reach the people that are other potential victims so we can really get justice for what's going on. All right. I love you all. I'm glad you were here. Yeah, it's Delphi. Okay. Stay safe. If you're in Indiana, Lord have mercy. Stay safe. Whatever you do, for heaven's sakes, stay silky. I'll see you next time.